So, we're now about 5 days out, 6 days out from the historic 2016 election, a total repudiation against establishment media, the fake pollsters, you name it. It's all part of an awakening of nationalism across the world. It's happening in Latin America, that's happening in Africa, that's happening in Asia, that's happened in the UK, with Brexit, that's happened in Russia. And all over the world, Goldman Sachs, that basically runs the whole show, just look it up, they even install prime ministers and presidents now. They have a new narrative that a liberal world order is under attack and that it's racist for Iceland to not want to be put under debts they don't owe, or the UK. It's just total disconnect. Then they sell the giant third world populations that have been looted by the big colonial banks that the enemy is any Western nation. And we've got reporters like Fareed Zakaria that actually attends Bilderberg Group meeting and other things saying, Donald Trump won because he's racist. When even Michael Moore, for all his problems, has to admit, I'm going to show you with some of the articles and videos here in a minute, that the majority of whites that elected Barack Obama in a landslide, in a major electoral defeat, a mandate, were the very same ones demographically that put Trump over the top. They're blue collar, they're educated, they're across the board, they're white, they're black, they're Hispanic. Record number of blacks and Hispanics voted for Trump. That's a fact. Look it up. But they take it all away and say it's a white lash to make wanting to own guns, have property, or be in a free market system white. If you want to go to Venezuela or Cuba or North Korea, you can be a slave. And I guess they're not white, but they're hellholes. They can't even manufacture cars or keep their air conditioning on. So what I'm angry about is Trump is trying to be conciliatory. He's trying to be very, very nice, trying to work with the establishment to just cut taxes and turn our power plants on and simple stuff. He's already saying he wants to get rid of the TPP and carbon taxes, so he's delivering on a lot of his big promises up first. He put in Reince Priebus, who's establishment, but I get the point of being able to navigate Capitol Hill. He put Steve Bannon above him, who is a patriot. But that said, I'm giving the benefit of the doubt till he gets in. But man, just to see the media that was totally repudiated, doubling down with their race war narrative is sick. I'm glad that Dave Chappelle last night on Saturday Night Live said, let's give Donald Trump a chance. So here we go. Here's a few of the articles right here. Video, high school girl viciously attacked for supporting Donald Trump. I'm not going to show you the whole video, but a lot of you have seen it. Infowars.com. Shock video, black mob viciously beats white Trump supporter. You vote Trump, you're going to pay for that. And there's hundreds of these. Now here's Michael Moore. Trump voters aren't racist. Many voted for Barack Hussein Obama. Yeah, that's who put him over the top. And that's a demographic fact. He's the only one being honest. And he said this a few weeks ago. He says Trump's going to win because you screwed over blue-collar workers across the board no matter what color they were. Hedging his bet. He knew where this was going. He knew the internal polls showed her 5, 10, 15 points behind in regular states. Swing states, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points ahead, depending on which state. It was all a big hoax saying he's going to lose, when the internal polls showed she was. So there's Trump. There's Michael Moore admitting that Trump got the same voters that put Barack over the top. Now, here's Fareed Zakaria, not even an American, a globalist, a dirtbag. Got a lot of nerve. Come over here and tell us we're all bad. Submit to him and the globalists. The roles of mediocrity and racism in creating a Trump presidency. No, mediocrity. Meritocracy, yes. I mean, when you look at all this, this is how they sell us. We're going to this police state, the centralized system. Less than a week after Donald Trump assent to President-elect Fareed Zakaria examines the divisions that he says helped create Trump to the door of the White House and left millions of Americans terrified. You know who terrified the American people? You know who did that? The media all lied and said he was going to deport all Hispanics. They said that if you were here just illegally, he'd deport you. What he said was, if you're a criminal and we pick you up for some other crime, we're going to deport you like Mexico or China or Venezuela or anybody else does, or Germany. And then he comes out and says again on 60 Minutes Tonight, if you're a criminal, we're going to deport you out of here. If you're not here legally, you're going to have to go back and get signed up and come back in legally, but we're going to make it easy. Which conservatives could say is actually a form of amnesty. But at least we know who the people are. But it's actually, under a businessman, it's not a permanent underclass of 40 million who aren't documented the Democrats can control. And that's the Republicans bringing them in, so they're not just Democrats taking away their control. So he also came out and said, they asked him tonight, they go, so I was watching it, they go, your supporters are screaming racist things everywhere. They're horrible. They're attacking people. And Trump said, well, that's true. I'm very shocked. I'm sorry to hear it. Stop it. So now Trump admits his people are racist. He admits they're attacking folks. When I just showed you all the articles, everybody knows it. The 99% of this is whites being attacked. Again, it's wrong to sit here and lie about this and then get Trump to try to defuse the situation. And they only use it against him and say, oh, see, he doesn't like his supporters now. They're attacking Trump's base. They're saying Trump isn't fulfilling his promises. They're saying he's turning his back on his supporters. They're manipulating the whole situation, trying to suck him in to go along. Just like, oh, Trump doesn't want to get rid of Obamacare now. His plan out for over 13 months on his website, DonaldJTrump.com, says, we like the fact that people have to cover pre-existing conditions in an HMO or larger plan, and people up to 26 to stay on their parents' health care if they're going to college or whatever. Totally reasonable, totally and completely reasonable. They say now he's flip-flopped. Again, first they said things he never said. Then he always told the truth. Now they're going back to what he didn't say and say he's flip-flopping the things he didn't say.
All right. I wanted to say a real quick thing that I find very interesting. So this Fareed Zechariah guy, right? He's part of this mainstream media that was, remember when George Clooney was scoffing, going, oh, there's not going to be a Trump president. Trump won't be a president. We're not. Remember how they were all scoffing and like just lying through their teeth about everything. And they were wrong. They were wrong. And they're supposed to be the media that we supposedly trust in. And now they have, not only has their credibility gone to zero, it's actually gone like -1 billion, because what happens now is people listen to what they say and they go, wow, whatever they're saying, the opposite must be true, because they were so consistently wrong about everything, one after the other. So that's the one silver lining I think that there is in this, is that all the propaganda that they're trying to push right now is so obvious to me.
Well, sure, look at this one. Trump to supporters harassing minorities, stop it. And then they ask him, oh, they're doing all these horrible racist things. He goes, I didn't know about that, but if it is, it's terrible, stop it. So let me add one more point here to this. If you go back to ancient Chinese times, even over 1,000 years ago, oldest dynasties, 5,000 years, they taught the king and the queen, you got to stay behind closed doors in the Forbidden City in Beijing, and we got to bind your feet where you can't walk, and you're so royal you can't feed yourselves. You got to grow these 10-inch long fingernails. And the whole bureaucracy just took them over, where they were like these kept slaves, and then the men behind the throne and the legalists ran everything. Trump has gotten in there, and they said the protocol is you only let the press travel with you. They're the little royalty, the mainstream media. And he says, no, I'm flying back to New York without you. They all freak out. Now they're saying, you can't have your own phone and tweet. National security. He's the president. He communicates with the people. He needs his own channel to the people. The revolution is about Trump bypassing mainstream media. That's why he called and thanked me Friday, and the listeners and the InfoWars folks. Folks, I'm here at home shooting this right now. We had 80, I kept saying 75 million. In 7 days, it was 80 plus million viewers. Just on the videos we put out, the average video getting about 600,000 views. But we had some videos 4, 5, 6 million views. Some of the views were 20 million. But the point was, in the last 7 days, we did hundreds of videos, and it absolutely dominated. Not just talking about the syndicated radio show, there's now over 240 affiliates. It took me years to get up to that. It's just exploding. The point is that I don't sit here with some big giant set. I mean, we have those. The biggest shows on Fox, my regular show's now bigger than them. It's all a paper tiger. And they want Trump to come into this system and all be taken over. I always make a joke about myself on radio because there's 3-minute breaks. I can't get my lunch. I barely have time to go to the bathroom. I've got to stay in there and stay focused. So I make the joke, hey, sorry, you got to go get me coffee or whatever. It's like I'm a Chinese emperor or something. And of course, the politically correct would say knowing any knowledge of history is racist or bad, just to even say, Chinese or whatever. Or to say we're out there dominating the enemy like Huns, or we're out there blitzkrieging like the, whatever. The point is that that's the attack on knowledge. The point is, I'm sitting there not able to do anything but have other people do it. A president kind of becomes the ultimate head of this huge bureaucracy and the so-called free world. The point is, Trump's trying to bring that back, and it scares them that he's not going to just delegate to them so the underlings and the special interests make the decisions. I don't care if he has a rents privacy under him because he knows where all the bodies are buried, knows how to run the big bureaucracy. What I care about is that our agenda of lower taxes, controlling our border, sovereignty, not funding radical Islam, stopping it, cutting taxes on smaller businesses, as I said, promoting basic freedom, taking care of our veterans, turning our power plants back on that'll give us lower cost energy, making us competitive again, not being politically correct. Trump already won, beating the mainstream media, criticizing the entire system, exposing the pollsters. The only way he fails now is by getting inside that big Washington bubble and letting that take back over. And they're all experts at that. And so right now they're all ingratiating himself. And I said this Friday, before Trump even called me, I said, my gut is, I said this on air, I said, my gut is Trump isn't going to sit there and just stay at the White House with all the spies and all the agents and all the garbage and all the sycophants around it. He'll end up being in Trump Tower, one of his mansions most of the time, and he should move out of the White House until Washington's recaptured. He announced today he's going to stay at Trump Tower half the time. I mean, Trump didn't tell me that, but when I'm talking to him, it's like we're synced. Because he's just dialed in, folks. And he said, thank you, listeners. Thank you, viewers. Keep it up. This is happening. If he gets 20% of what he wants done, it's beautiful. We're going to get better Supreme Court justices now. We're going to get so many incredibly positive things. But he's got a lot of pressure on him from the establishment. We've got to pressure them and keep them off the president and give him the support he needs. He's done so much. The elite hate him because they know he's real. He's not out to get us. But please support the outlets that are also defending this restoration of the republic. We will drain the swamp together. There's no utopia we're pushing. It's not going to be perfect. And just also understand, it's you spreading the word on these videos and keeping the energy alive and everything that help us focus on this to bring us to the next level. The real victory is now about to happen. We've already gotten a beachhead. We've gotten halfway there, but getting the beachhead is half the battle. We need to spread the word on these videos. We need to intensify. They bitched out Zuckerberg for even letting us have a platform on Facebook, even though folks got censored and dialed back. The New York Times and others are saying, Zuckerberg, it's your fault. You didn't censor. So they're about to really crack down and pull some really nasty new stuff. They were really arrogant before. And they're arrogant, and they were under Hillary's command. It was so centralized that Hillary and Soros, this old 89-year-old guy, were in control top down. Now they're going to try some new stuff, and the fight's about to get a lot worse. So, as I said Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, when we knew we were winning, I said, listen, get ready for the real next shoe to drop, folks, because they are coming. Understand that Trump's only one focal point of what's happening, but very simple things like cutting taxes and then freezing spending. If Trump will do that, Reagan couldn't do it. He increased spending while he cut taxes, so things went up with the Democrats. If we actually really do something real here and don't just appease Washington, we can change the world. It ends tonight. It helps support the broadcast. Store-wide free shipping. We're totally independent, supported by viewers like you. Amazing non-GMO heirloom seeds, water filtration systems, incredible supplements that are such game changers. Super Male Vitality, folks. Get a bottle of it and discover it. X2 DNA Force, 30% off. 30-40% off across the store. 40% off on high-quality storable foods. It all ends tonight at midnight. And people get the products. They keep ordering because they're so good. It's about to sell out, by the way. We've already sold out of some sizes. Trump is my president. Red shirt. Trump is my president. Right hand arm, Infowars.com. The back of it, Legalize Freedom, Infowars.com. It's a historic shirt, and it's about to sell out. That supports the broadcast. Every little bit helps with our 60-plus reporters and crew and customer service folks. It's the whole team we have. We need your support. We appreciate your support. We were able to do this because of you. And Trump and the whole media basically admits that Infowars was the heart and the core of that. So it's not Infowars itself. It's all of you together. So thanks for being part of history. Infowarsstore.com, Infowars.com/show. And the new app is out, Infowars.com/app. I'm Alex Jones signing off. Thank you for watching.